This is a family. This ain't a football club.
So then, after beating Bologna in the last episode, we have Charleroi, who beat Motherwell on penalties after 2 1-1 draws. So, before we get into that, we have played a couple games since that last game against Bologna. 3-1 win against Burnley, Shea Lacey with 2 goals and Varela with 2 goals. 3-1 defeat away at Brighton. Shea Lacey on the score sheet for us. And then a 4-1 defeat against Ipswich, which was not great for John Philip Mateta, our football player, scored 2, which made it even worse. So anyway, Charleroi in the next stage. And then if we get in the semi-final, we get the winner of Girona and NEC, which I assume that will be a Girona. Shamrock Rovers still in the team as well, along with Hajduk, Cracovia, AEK. So, up to the final. Let's get that. Current holders Fiorentina, Monaco, and Fiorentina. Not too shabby. So, into this game, Malagusto has picked up a knock, so he's not fit to start in this one. Ramsdale starts in goal with Gay, Goose, Branthwaite, Chilwell, the Cat, Fernandez, Anderson, Lacey, Neto, and Watkins. So then away at Charleroi, should really be beating a team like this. Getting Girona in the next round, hopefully. Neto, dancing feet. Decent little dribble from that. The Cat to Lacey. Lacey just outstrength is one of his little troubles, as he is pretty small though. Does have the dribbling ability to do exactly that. Cuts in, has a shot, and let's just say it wasn't one of his best. Fernandez to Goose. To Gay on the right side. Not quite as attacking as Gusto. Does feed it towards Lacey's feet though. Tries to feed Watkins. Schneider will try and win that. And Cabba through on goal for Charleroi. Taking it a little bit wide, and that shot definitely a little bit wild. Hubbard. Neto does win it back though. Has plenty of space to run into. Watkins, a little bit isolated. A lot of Charleroi players back. Can do a lot himself though. Maybe not that though. Chilwell to Fernandez to Ali Anderson. Cross comes shot and just over the bar. Half-time latest scores: Cracovia beating Hajduk 1-0. NEC beating Girona 1-0 as well. That's a good result for us. Shamrock Rovers and AK still 0-0. Same with our game. Ramsdale to Gay to Goose. Just after half time. Branthwaite to Chilwell on the left hand side to Neto. They're just having so many players back, it's hard to break them down. Playing decent, just haven't got their goal yet. Neto gets past his man to Anderson, edge of the box, hits the post. Shea Lacey. The amount of shots Elliot Anderson has that just hit the post is so unfortunate. Gay wins that back though pretty easily to Goose. The Cat up to Lacey, a little bit narrow. Cuts out to Gay on the right hand side. Crossfield ball to Watkins, a little bit under it. Neto 1-2 with Anderson to Chilwell. Crossfield ball, not really anyone under it. Can Lacey get there? Demichuk. Lacey does win the ball back though. Over to Goose. Back to Fernandez on his right hand side to the Cat. We like to just pass it around a little bit like this and then switch the ball a little bit like this. Anderson just does a full 180. Chilwell, Neto to Chilwell. Neto again. Can you get a little bit better ball in? Watkins not really under that very well. Demichuk. Gay wins that back pretty easily. Lacey inside to the Cat. Gay might not even get that, and he doesn't. Chilwell heads it out only towards Hilgesman though. Can he do with it? Into the corner. Chilwell away. And as far as Watkins with Honestly, it's a 2v6 at this point. If we get anything from this, that'd be great. Watkins with a shot hits the post. Lacey gets the ball back though, and he passes it to the cat, builds it up. Anderson, the cat, out to Gay, probably been our best player in this game. Hubert with a throw in for Charleroi. Honestly, we beat Bologna 6-0, was it, in the last episode, just at home, so keeping this one 0-0 should be a pretty convincing crossfield ball to Minas. Ramsdale didn't exactly look convincing, and it does hit at the top of the net though. 79 minutes in, 10 minutes left, still 0-0. Lacey back to Fernandez to Gay, to Fernandez. Eric Anderson, not really alive to that situation. And Branthwaite to Decat, to Chilwell. Neto can take on his man. Does take on his man. Forward to Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins does happen. His 9th goal in 7 games in the UEFA Conference League. And we do get that away goal. Away goals isn't a thing in Europe anymore, but definitely good, especially because we're at home in the second leg. Decent little possession from Charleroi. Honestly, for a team like them to get this far in the competition, not exactly a bad result, but they're not going to want to take it down lightly. Mias shot, Ramsdale catches that one pretty easily. 8 minutes left. Keep the clean sheet in this one and take the second leg back to the London Stadium. There we are then, a 1-0 win for us in this one. 2 XG, probably should have scored a couple more. Let's look at the latest scores in the rest of them. Cracovia and Hajduk 2-2. NEC won against Girona 1-0 and Shamrock Rovers and AEK 1-1 draw. Premier League game in midweek, but we'll skip that one and get over to the second leg. So then in the break, 1-0 win over Aston Villa. A little bit of fringe player at this point, Morgan Gibbs-White, getting on man of the match and getting a goal in the 7th minute to get all 3 points over to this one. Into the starting lineup, playing exactly the same team in this one. Gusto had to come off injured in the last game, and honestly, Gay was pretty good in the last game, so I think we'll take him into the second leg. We are 1-0 up against Charleroi, so hopefully we can get the job done, especially because we are at home. Right then, 1-1 up. Can we get into this one? At home against Charleroi. The winner of NEC and Girona into the next round for the semi-final at stake, and hopefully we can get a decent result from this one. Fernandez back to Gay. They are matching us up with a formation for this one, which might help us a little bit, just so they're not just a bank of 5. Fernandez to Gay, forward to Shea Lacey. Lacey in and goal. Did you even think anything else was going to happen? 4.5 minutes in, Shea Lacey with the 6th goal in the UEFA Conference League, and he has just been insane. Branthwaite over to Gay, to Fernandez, to Lacey, the goal scorer. Crossfield ball to Neto. Can we get a goal from this side? Watkins underneath it. Lacey picks up the pieces though. Just look at his dribbling. Back to Watkins, and there is the second. 8 minutes in, looks like we're going to have a little bit of a goal route in this one as well. West Ham 2, Charleroi 0, 3-0 on aggregate. Surely that's our space in the semi-final, all booked. Shea Lacey, deep free kick. Gay shot off the post. Almost the third. 22 minutes in, Creole for Charleroi on the far side. The first real attack. Crossfield ball. And Aurelien Scheidler. 22 minutes in, and Charleroi have one back. Still quite a lot for them to get back in the game, so as long as we keep our heads, should not be a bad thing. Gay on the corner for the far side. Over to Lacey. Has another shot into the bottom corner. When Shea Lacey is just on form. There's just nothing teams can do about it. West Ham 3, 4-1 aggregate, and this game has slowly becoming out of sight. Gay to Fernandez, back to Gay, Fernandez, to Cat, back to Goose, to Anderson, to the Cat, crossfield ball. Chilwell has a decent amount of space. Can he get a ball in though? Does get a ball in. Neto on the volley. That is just absolutely class. Pedro Neto with his first goal in the UEFA Conference League. Isn't a massive goal scorer, but is a definite threat. And if he can pop up with goals like that, we'll definitely take it. Ben Chilwell. Can we get a fifth before half time? Maybe that's a little bit greedy, but we can always ask. Goose. Over to Fernandez, to Gay. Forward to Shea Lacey. Fernandez. Shot that just cannons off the crossbar. What the hell? We are just... Why can't we do this away from home? Decat to Chilwell, to Anderson, to Decat, to Anderson, to Chilwell, forward to Neto. Did score a goal himself. Can he get a second? Shot off the keeper. Watkins hits off the defender. Anderson to Neto. Shot again off the defender. Corner. Just absolute pressure from us just before half time. We got then half time scores. 1-1 aggregate between Shamrock and AK. 1-0 up for NEC against Girona still. Haddock 2-2. 2-1 up, but 2-2 on aggregate. And us 4-1. 49 minutes in, goal kick from Charleroi. Gay under it, back to Decat. Anderson, forward to Watkins. It's been a little quiet today. I mean, everyone else has been showing, so he doesn't really need to. Neto, past his man to Watkins, to Fernandez, into the back of the net. Scored an absolute screamer in our leg not too long ago, but a little tap in into the bottom corner. 5-1 in this. 6-1. Mias for Charleroi, 53 minutes in. Creel up to Cabba, doesn't win it though. Decat to Anderson, to Watkins, out to Neto on his left hand side. Can he get a little ball in? He does get a ball in. Watkins under it. Watkins scores 11 goals in 8 matches. And there is the 6th. 7-1 aggregate. And just these teams at home, we're just absolutely tearing apart. Chilwell with a throw in. Back to Branthwaite. To Goose. To Cat. Fernandez. Up to Shea Lacey. Cuts in. Shea Lacey. Shot. Decent save. A little bit of... Probably should have gone the other side, but with the 4 minutes been in, I'm not going to just tell Shea Lacey what to do. 66 minutes in. Pedro Neto with a goal of corner kick. Not really another winner. Neto. Anderson. Decat. Chilwell. Decat. To Gay. Gay. Cross. Deflected. Keeper puts it out for a corner. Not sure why I didn't know what a corner was a couple seconds ago. Gave the deep free kick. 26 minutes in. Can we get another? Out to Chilwell. Shot from Chilwell. Decent save on the keeper. Out for a corner on this near side. So then last couple seconds of this one. Raf Hubert. Can they get another consolation goal? Branthwaite away. Watkins. Or can we get another goal? Just counter attack. Airplane in formation. Neto. Couple of them just a little bit leggy. Anderson with a shot from distance. Not on target, but doesn't really mean much from this one. There is full time in this one. A 6-1 win at home. 7-1 win on aggregate. And let's look at some final scores. 2-1 win for AK. I think that sends them through. NEC with that away goal. With that goal at home, enough to take them through against Girona. Decent game between Haddock and Cracovia. 6-3, so Haddock going this one. So we play NEC in the next game. Team from Netherlands. Tommy Setford, Sil Swinkles. Is new former Exeter? I'm not sure even how to look at that. Do we go on? I think we're going to save that for another day. Anyway, that is the end of today's episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time for NEC from Netherlands.